Coicla a Stewie Genochoma and the Dinjay and the Yeding a tour, a skip in a banner gallop at Amson Newling. It's on game cartel Megedigach Gehoshach, it Gemich and Kutzmach, League na Marshalman Estauger. Na Hachi and a Geda skip it, the Kudamach Green, Ronnie Games it, click it on, Emma Watson a Misk, Chin Far a bus, I guess a 3 uur Gishek and you noch Barach Mayon Shin, Garstad Martha Thomas, Tukchim Khone Bengi and Och. Agus apad eiche voor is aan het jeesje. Caroline Weir, kiet of game, agus an alappe, toch gluchet dat is kutrmike, galappe in alliance, agus biesje zulige paars voor de gluchet as a game zo nog. Paaltje, Gopake, Tampere, as a Newling, agus shin jessige is aan a game cartel a show, it a Newling, agus alappe. Agus tolletje ra, kumar taich them nog ka Julie Fleeting shall. Look at an halappe, chorus kiat kech heen, and Julie, this is a different kind of challenge for the Scottish team tonight after that comfortable win at Dens Park on Friday.
Yeah, I think it certainly was a comfortable victory for them. I think the performance that they put in was extremely strong, but they'll meet a really different side in terms of the way that they play and the quality of Finland this evening, and I think they're in a great place, Scotland, at the moment, so it's a challenge I'm sure they'll be up for.
And you're also looking at the last game that Finland played at the weekend, also beating Iceland, who are 15th in the ranking. So that shows you that the level of opponent is going to be a big step up for Scotland tonight.
It is, yeah, but these are the games that you must play. You have to play a variety of opposition because that's who you come up against when you're trying to qualify. So in Finland, they'll come up against a quality side, a team that they know quite a lot about, and it does just offer that different challenge from what they had the other night.
We saw Caroline Weir coming off the team bus there, big night for her, 100th cap, and a growing band of Centurions now, of which you're one, of course, 15 more. So what's it going to be feeling like for her coming into this game, having achieved that landmark?
I think she's such a special player. It's been a pleasure to kind of watch her journey throughout the national side, from coming in as a youngster to the quality that she displays now. She's such an important player, and tonight will be like any other game for her, I'm sure, when she gets on the pitch, but she'll know it's a really special moment for her. Unfortunately, she's not in front of her home crowd and her family, but it's a moment I'm sure she'll cherish, and she'll want to top it off with a strong performance.
Agus seo fer voets nog naar vaderge, maar zo kiri game a chlinjan on the beerlet. The book then Jerak Chorim gave. If you're wanting to follow the game with an English commentary, now is the time to press the red button, and you'll enjoy the game in the company of Stuart Mitchell and Leanne Crichton. I guess I shouldn't figure they should skip it in a machek bial a tunnel. Here's fine. I guess cloch na chicken fall off shears. I guess da vrachtig tortjemach da skippen. Alappe in the live glee. Caroline Weir gedortjemach some night voor eigenlijk. I guess in young like snetaan gala skoram avshachachsen. Hier toeres had het klietje show ik gedai van wel fire nuri in der gaidat getane kooi kinyani de shituan ja van Noorsen had het al shech gemachen kan gauw shin in de vinyk. Agus die is jecha could taich de werkgewaschen could ik hele shit gere game stoch en a store bis shot de galapel nog kad huske as a newling kuchach merchishin eiche rutiken roppach howlishin. Agus run a game marsage bishin clinjan na fin nashente foul nashente galape this shin clinjan a doshach agus an ocean foul nashente na fin line kuchach. I guess showed home for being a clicket and Chirchakiri shin ein mach as a rat, I guess the game ein adult. I guess I mean Navarus Kafi Brachtacashin could be law and Ma Ushkan must be Nafin Nash and Ashin Shachat. As hast Feo is on Kate Nafin Nash and Ashin. Julie, this is always a frustrating moment for the players. The rain coming down, very, very Scottish weather, and as you wait for the national anthems.
I think this is always quite a special moment as a player. I think it's a chance for you to kind of reflect and think about the game, what's ahead of you, and yeah, I think they'll be pretty focused at this moment in time.
Fein marsin de Shechat, agus mar híisiú ha G leváte hakin am dampéri. Agus sé dúlan agus sin ganna luchtacht agus ganna cluchit ansa. Da skipper jidach good fáilte de chéle run game. Jes an jeravig de skipper, sommer skipper galapa da árachu sin, Rachel McLaughlin, Lauren Davidson in State, Emma McCandy, Martha Thomas, Tuchim Khona Bengi and Julie. 2 changes there, but some positional changes as well at the back.
Yeah, I think there's a number of players who are maybe not playing their favourite position or playing a bit out of position. The back line, Rachel McLaughlin right back, very comfortable there. Sophie Howard right centre back, also extremely comfortable there. You've got Nicola Docherty, who tonight will play that left centre back, where she's probably more of an attacking left back. So it's a different role for her. And Fiona Brown had a really strong performance against Northern Ireland at right back. But tonight we're going to see her on the left-hand side. But she's a player who's very good with both feet, and I think that's a role in which she'll be able to adapt to quite quickly.
Da skipper Miana Patke, Tina Rika Korpela, Jigley, Akinun Lank, is close to go AS Rome of a Spurs, Ed Henry, Agus Caroline Weir, Agus Shaw skipper, Akinun Lank, Kate Arachi, and when a skipper Gley. Igacahoon, the Innis Chile, Suminen, Kostela, agus Shellstrom, Goodman's daughter Amach, Achtanen, Engman, Savenius, agus Rantala, the Cluchidan, Achinistay, and Julie. I guess Scotland will be quite glad that the likes of Suminen and Shellstrom are not in the starting lineup, players who have caused us problems in recent games against Finland.
They have, but I'm quite sure they've got quality to replace them. I think these games give you an opportunity to rotate your squad and get to see other players. Scotland are no different. They've got a few changes. They've got players in different positions that they want to see, and I'm quite sure Finland are going to do the same. We might see these players coming off the bench depending on the scoreline, and yeah, I think our back four will need to be very aware of how they are in the counter-attack, because that's where they're extremely strong.
Sin coach Urek film like Marco Saloranto. We have hadis vo Anna Signal as tu yisha triach gehaul marigadich the new line fine ko kuchten in krinje marigadich idalape and is da coach Jack and Ryan Shin Pedro Martinez lossa kuchuk could fall to the hele I guess yell up at all of the game kutol some care in the sport to me and a pathke all of the game kutol the Shinichak I guess ik kan te gaan als toonschiksin or a skipper in jongen je gepristje van een gerkelachjes in zijn chat je alles aan game het getal weet je dat veel gevoelens nog lauw niet jack naar pialanisch I guess je gaat de gloonje maar vaars geen nummertje nu Grand Kini maar anders in een leentje ik het dat de filmlijn Jech Mustanshiksin, Zimnoska Shinamach's Rad. Some careless Vowler Dash go Sophie Howard. I guess he at Vowler the Hood Suez. Go Count Nil in the Pathke. He had to Caroline Weir and like Vore Echkische. Schoolige Machko, Rachel McLaughlin had in a stig and a skipper Mark Weir. Suez Elena. Davidson fine Suez Tra in a Vowler Douche and Kucher. Cuthbert Gray mine I guess like Brishy start Kakadorkata Davidson but connection in Suesolena Nistrom Harsing some skipper here Kahul and a new one Ball Dick have come on to Ashka Korpelach with the follow that Jim now of Kirsty Hansen Chinistayara Die eerste chance in de Paul Winnik. Je gaat te vermoeien volksen. En weer een fijntje. De vraagjes maar van Nederland Chinemachlish. Zie je bij een steen en zin achterin. Niet in de paadje. Gaan je alleen een Gian. Hier Paul achter in de mag. Van alleen. Shachat the Dengman, as we can see, Julie, that it's a lot of rain. It's going to be tricky for the players just to get those passes right tonight.
Yeah, I think the ball will move quickly, but I think sometimes as a player you prefer that. You want the surface to have a bit of zip on it. The pitch, the surface looks good from what we can see from here, but I think if you get the ball down, Scotland like to play football, as do Finland. That should prove to be a decent surface for the players.
Caroline Weir, Jennifer, the Suez, Live Gesh, Lehane, Motion of Stats, the Chidi Gadashka, Rachel McLaughlin. Arsenko, Fiona Brown, 3-8 uur, echt nog een ploegje, ik voel gleed, maar van Julie Krantje, een nostalgische game. Dat is de eerste Brown, Bunny Kivui. Stiadashko, Sam Kerr. Davidson Kairitra, Shin Farlatol, van a Live Gesh. Alvinish, Shin Tarsin Sakir, the Boshang is done all of it, and good early pressure from Scotland, Julie.
Yeah, I think we're moving the ball extremely well. For me, in that moment there, when Lauren Davison gets the ball out wide, I think our only option is Emma Watson in the box. I think they need to try and commit more numbers forward. But for me, really positive. We're moving the ball. The movement of the players to try and get on the ball has been good, and we now expect a decent delivery from Caroline Weir.
Best minute in the game, I guess Caroline Weir, so not shine Ulaf Suez, loop against the Cascali, Jew, to the Val Corpola, Jim Tarsing, Chikli, Gian, Ulaf Sakhelach, Banshivik, Bayern Munich, Kuchak, Six Spurs, Marvemikra, close to go AS Roma, Snashaki in Bagedi. Visto, Chabui Yamach, Bonahu, Savenius. Kijk, AC Milan. Waar je heen, is Rantala with the Muniravishin, but Julie Savenius is a player with AC Milan. She got a couple of seconds at the end of the game of the weekend, but they have great hopes for her. She's a very rapid player with an eye for goal, so I dare say the Scotland players won't know too much about her.
No, I'm sure they won't, and they'll be hoping not to have seen too much of her at the end of the game as well, but really valuable youth player coming through for Finland, and a great opportunity to try and get her a start and see how she settles into their side.
Hier toe again a bouwlijn gedraaid, daar bouwen Dasha Gemienio in het Gia, Kuika en Ash Corpola. Mistrum, Dash van Jigley is ook al gefuurd naar gemaakt van een coole riest. Visto in te spikken en jikken naar Dash. Misschien een oude drapstuk daar. Christy Hansen kan starten. Sing in het Giano die is. Heeft de eerste naar Emma Watson. Tor op het wegje de Giano. Harsing alleen is het. Zoals de lijn had het al. Met zijn Engman. Gio op de shinbo. Rachel McLaughlin kadaatje en Kiana gaan geven. Falla zoals de live glee. Martinez lost dat je keer in het aan het Kare Sochke. Eerst Engman. Tune bij Sofia en Beagle. Zoals de lijn. Strumka ook teruggericht erop. Tachetje, je 3 uur Giesje mee in de lijn het Gia. Nog eens weer de film in de vijf die Praag halen de shit. Savenius, die is je fijn. We gaan zoals de lijn af, Bruiners in de mannen uit. Hansen, Ash, die gaat toch het zien. Hansen, Gibson, Skippelvig, Koel, Afko, Sophie Howard. Suami, ik geloof dat ik in Jumlijn, als een kutach, dus skip een naast een dagje. Sartoretje, ik ga een pinje kemmetje, die is zo ik heb de loch, maar dan gaat ik er fijn ko, terug binnen krinje. Eli, Piki Jamsa, de live league guys en het je goed. Is vader ging naar de bal, we gaan rantelen, dat vier die tune daar gaan is. En je laat het op de Hansen en die is. Dat is raar. McLaughlin. Howard, steek Sam Kerr. De hier tuilig te galoppen. Hier dingen toe, weet je niet. Watson, tune daar. Dat is Pio Fiona Bruin. Vliegen, nee, ga toch eens launchen dat je de bal ook al eens uit. Dat is een Davidson, die is even een live is. Ik weet niet al nu, Sam Kerr. Dus de luchttuig. Jamsa, zoals alleen die is kan een challenge machine. Ja, dat is gewoon goed. Dat je door weer voort nog een shot filmen. Maar is ik in de game met iedere geweten dat daar Louis zich al nog munt heel lastig game. Maar je ziet nu lang geleden daar game. Eerste McLaughlin naar een Youngman. Ja, zo is van een is een big bal dat de pikken als kammersje voor Watson en Steko Hansen big met dat cool line Gian. Just a sign there, Julie, that if they get that ball right from midfield, there are options out. Finland are pushing quite high up, so if they can get in behind them, they can cause problems on the counter.
Yeah, and I think we've got pace in our front three tonight. I think, and Kirsty Hansen, you've got a really powerful player. I think it was just the execution of the pass from Emma Watson that really let us down there. If it had been a bit wider and allowed Kirsty Hansen something to run onto, then we could have had an opportunity.
Het geld en is dan al op een gedraaid daar op de dag gedaan met je goed was in Newland ja teen gevoelig al toeg tegen zo'n vastkleur groeige. Jamsa, she is alleen naar Shindrawata het hasher. En dat ligt het wat pristje. I guess almost 10 minutes on the clock. Julie, Pedro Martinez lost. Reasonably happy with what he's seen so far?
I think he'll be happy. I think defensively we talked about how we had players playing out of position. I think so far it's very early in the game, of course, but so far I think they've looked really solid. I think both Rachel McLaughlin and Fiona Brown have been asked to defend, and everything that they've done so far has been very good. Nicola Docherty, another player, we see her there again, taking up a really good position in the box and covering. So I think we've passed the ball, we've defended reasonably well. So I think so far I don't think he'll have many complaints. We're now just looking for a bit more composure when we go forward to see if we can kind of cut Finland open.
Finland's game kan ze kunt nog gefrikjes game naar Kailu het heel traan naar Kailu misnach kijk eens ikke shot alla position igen och den kan nog helt Carmen första så blir jag in like. Så det är shot för mig att Chile Gadash. That's another example, Julie, as well. Piki Jamsa there didn't have any options. She had to turn back, and that's a good sign of the way Scotland are pressing and forcing them back the way.
Yeah, they're making the spaces really small. They're managing to cover each other. They're working extremely hard when we don't have the ball to ensure that Finland don't have a way in. And again, we see players getting back into position and helping each other out.
Stoch bal kunartig of Sophie Howard de fine keen gaan we. I guess Kirsty Hansen van de dash de vokste. Een keen gejag gebouw skippel geval af je pick aan de rave geschint te galoppen. Comes a díis suas gan an oi, agus a dripse, ní check vidach sach, wat de kainte son survrip. Rantla dol gular. Is hoe de dar a turl an oi in Chile jiddy hachke. Suminen lishe hier turl. Lachlan, kainte san roin, san care telection sin nach baul dol jida gemacht. Is genjelle san care de junior sin gonna click it down. Ik feel like soccer de bal. Howard pick and te Hense. Gertjemach van a goal is a fine jaslish. You don't want to be trying too many of them.
No, that's a risky move in that position. I think Rachel McLaughlin does really well to keep a hold of the ball. But for Sophie Howard, for me, she should be looking to take a touch and make a pass, because you never know how that can go. She's fortunate there that she is brought down and she gets the free kick, but in that position you should be looking to get a touch and pass it on.
Tack Jenema, was het te vallen. Begon at de meer in paadje. Agus Bie Bruin, was een soos alleen Hansen ha gelooe lisjaar, maar gewoon een eitje heunje. Agus viechen de fijne vallen bij die is gaan alleen. Agus ging er fijn zeggen de Covista kita. De Fakel in de laar, stuur je heen als Hansen en Conley. Te keuren in, als een noshijn. Agus kom al vuil gemaakt. Gies through the gallop at Chimichalara. Hansen in de Vinnick dash. Bia Gemma Watson. Gayara dash. Currams and Caroline Weir. Agus the Kiat game at the gallop of Horror. Lisha Kia Tull. Agus Bekan Luchtach gallop brain. The path get the dog plant. Well, it just had to be hard, didn't it, Julie? But it was real hard work in the corner to win that ball back in the first place. And I think Kirsty Hansen took a bit of a knock there, but between herself and Emma Watson, they worked it really well to create the opportunity for Caroline Weir.
They did. It starts off with a brilliant pass from Fiona Brown to Kirsty Hansen to get us that way forward. But here, Emma Watson does brilliant just to get a great turn, and then the composure of Caroline Weir to take a touch, get it out of her feet, and just slip it under or through the goalkeeper's legs. It's a wonderful finish. So difficult to save that as a goalkeeper, and a really well worked goal. Just shows you that hard work. If you hunt in numbers and you get the ball back, then you've got the opportunity then to cut up, see the gaps that have formed for Finland. And Caroline Weir on her 100th cap, that's a wonderful way to mark it.
It just caps off a wonderful season for her, going to Madrid. She's now known as a Galactica there, one of the big star of that team. 28 goals, 17 assists, and now she scores to bring the curtain down, and has been a fantastic campaign for her.
Yeah, I mean, you feel very lucky that she's Scottish. She is a player who's gone from strength to strength, and with every season that she gains more experience, she seems to be a better player for it. So she's a really important player for us, as she is for our club. And she's a player that we hope can continue to play at the highest level for as long as possible.
Wel, bwylio sy'n gan y Newline o'r fath ydy fi Gianno Gyma. Ar ymwneud â siach gemich yn fan achroad ydy gem chawl. Si a ysyn ydy bynnu i gachat ydy iedig ysio. Mae chyn i fylwch taich i'ch gehyn. Tridach mae'r fath y gem ydy iedig y fach ysio ystyr yn nuri. Neu nyswai. Nes y tri ffrigwch ystwyring gael fy hedeg sy'n ysio. Asgyd y bigan os lacio. Ach ne, sy'n dy start y ffalaf yn y does y fel alab y gem o hosiach yw. Hier, die is er wel. Natuurlijk het Ash Fiona Brown had de mine of Ash. Dennis, Kut Kuchen. The shot. Elena Gian, I guess. Janema, the shin van Nicky Doherty. Jach het brippe gevoel voor de kassen en zo'n brippe maken. Dus die is komt het Ash de hul als een kassen skippelt over Kirsty Hansen. There's maar Julie grab pass for Emma Watson, but again it's also the awareness, Julie, that she gets in front of the player. She's dropped the player there. She anticipates where the ball is going to go, and we know she has the composure to finish those chances.
Yeah, I think just when watching it back, I didn't quite fully grasp the challenge in which Kirsty Hansen had had faced. Really brave play from her. She does exceptionally well just to pop the ball back to Emma Watson, a young player who had great composure to turn and look up and find Caroline Weir, who you always know she's a player who's going to try and get forward and offer something. And yeah, just brilliant composure. It wasn't an easy one to take. The ball was almost stuck under her feet, and she gets it out nicely and really composed.
Wel, Newland kregen de frikkers aan Lua, schön van Count Sophie Howard. Savat in pak Puki Jamsa. Wat er moet je boksen. De passion je verzaun geta. Engman. Ja, wie gedashiske. Never is gerosho de tarakas, maar de pes gedoet. Sophie Howard, de count gaan avoid. Ach, dit je op het Gianna Calapa de Jano. Right, and soon with Engman. Out of a chef, call like. I guess the lucht tijd. Ik vind like. De mission voor je shot. Antela, de cheval waard is het. I guess. Voor de falla waar je hier bij het Noorse en daar het al chef had kunnen trippelen te beat. De match tarsing like Lee Gibson. Always important, Julie, when you're away from home. The home side looking to get back in level terms quickly, that you defend those set pieces well, and Scotland have done that so far.
Yeah, I think that's the moment that you're at your most vulnerable, is when you've just scored a goal. So really important the few minutes after that defensively you remain quite tight. I think there we had a really strong set up to the corner. I think you can see that the players were all switched on, and it's just almost rounded out those few minutes after you've scored to make sure the game settles back down again.
Suuselina. Yes, Suulichu. Torvo Emma Watson, a goeding in bal begon wel steek. Martinez lost aan mooie daar. Op de tek. Kijk eens in de mission goed. Nu klik het dan. Via Erling. Rasje steeg. En alleen een Gian. Hij is die is bal. Slag gemaakt. Agus Kirsty Hansen in de hoek al. Watson a devastation fairly tall. Watson a tune there. Agus a daratul a galapa. Ashin meerverleg voor Emma Watson. Skille heul is vokse. Achadish Kirsty Hansen asas is a gloset. Agus maar va karma kenjung pristju alapa ka gutchwoepe agus ka penis a krui. And Julie, that's just deadly counter-attacking play. Kirsty Hansen again picking up on the mistake. Feeding the ball in, and look at the inquest now for the Finland players. They don't know what's hit them here.
Yeah, I mean, to win it back, and the only thing in Kirsty Hansen's mind is to try and drive forward. She has a wee look. I mean, that's an unbelievable finish from Emma Watson. The turn and finish is absolutely sensational for such a young player. But Kirsty Hansen, all credit to her there, driving forward, lifts her head, and all she needs is a yard of space to turn, and the finish is just absolutely perfect. And you can see, as you say, Finland trying to regroup, because to lose 2 goals so early on in the game would not be in their game plan. So really, really positive start for Scotland, and Emma Watson playing as a number 9, not a role that we've seen her playing before, but an opportunity for Pedro to try out something different, and so far it seems to be working.
Check us the beat had open. Pull into the slash up. Watson, agus gaan het ook willen die kloeg ik niet de shows en pleenliche nach with the tahul maar is ik in de giet game geest tahul is just go Salaranto the triplet in more Atkinson de goede toy en allemaal game card shot game of Asen en Kiri winnen kutje Satain de kan te de Czech league na Marshallman de kloeg Slovakia Romania as Croatia I guess we got the Suulichu Tasha in a shot gedijk. Ja, agus Watson hádis na turn had alapa chud ga kunjani het hasach to the stay 50 minutes on the Dumperi. Dashko Gibson the Gia van me the van shot. We just saw a shot of the Finnish coach there, Julian. So far the Scottish back line, really not tempting fate here, but it's been very comfortable for them. But from a Finnish point of view, surely they would have been looking to ask more questions, especially with such a makeshift defence out tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we seem quite composed on the ball, using Lee Gibson as well to build play. You can see you've had players like Sam Kerr dropping in to help when we're in possession of the ball. Caroline, we're also doing that. But I think having such a strong start will have given these players confidence. Nicola Docherty, it's not a role that she plays very often. So to get a decent start in the game, to get a touch on the ball and will really build their confidence. I think Fiona Brown at left back's had a really strong start, a great ball down the line to Kirsty Hansen leading to the goal. So far as a back four, they've looked pretty strong. They haven't looked like they're playing out of position. But Finland haven't asked too many questions of them either, so it's been a relatively easy start to the game for them.
Coach Atkinson of the Yano Fank Alamach phone you look at an Zel if you could sorry chicken out. Shin Jenso Gal, I guess a lot of the Hurishin, you know, cast he shot us again. Kirsty Hansen, Sheen Casamach, and Keen High Bal Kafurista Kakoi Visto, I guess I the Cogan again in the shot. And once again, Julie, we can't but admire the energy of Kirsty Hansen. Not only offensively, but just the willingness to close players down and to win the ball back.
Yeah, she's so quick. She's such a quick player. And I think, to be fair, as a team, we're working extremely hard. When we don't have the ball, you can see Caroline Weir going beyond the front three to close players down, to try and put pressure. So as a team, as a unit, they're working extremely hard defensively. And Kirsty Hansen, a really important part of that defensive unit. And on a couple of occasions, been able to steal the ball. And she's won as a free kick here. You can see they've tried to get numbers forward. It looks as if we're going to be playing that long ball, but we do have options and players wide.
Leis bhla sté chun an nád agus Sophie Howard go gronca go dúirt fiechan die Lauren Davidson are just taking the games and she's cúsí an a game tará Engman a shot biste go falla ba McLaughlin agus Léon Eiche se the taring bí hiad charsvuie in a game a kinne sin. One for the team.
Yeah, I don't think she can have too many complaints. She commits to the challenge. She's rolled. We did have Sophie Howard, who was in a good position to recover, but yes, she knew what she was doing there. She was just trying to stop the attack, and it's a yellow card all day.
Some Rachel McLaughlin here first wee in again. The Ishtal Suis live fleet from the new line, Rantala. Howard, Janakina Kang, Chimichalara, when you could read the heart, Tuchmadasko, Engman. Yes, McLaughlin, they may find Kalaka Shui Kashui, Hukala Haida, all the Fala Bahuna, the Hiat Garash, Chili Gadash, Teganavia. Kurinen. Badash, Ganavani G and Shot. Frickle to develop it, or a foolish and Tachat McGunniv. Afternoon, yes, Chadash going to look it down Gian. Procuring it. He's got Savanius, tuned out. The follow of Fiona Brown. Yes, Kuma to the leg, no, Pachinistay, I guess hard to tell a line of Ash. Mach and Yoni Chavot. I guess Shinna Kumat big up it. Yamza is meaning about the Muya books it, fair the Val Blistu and Julie. It looked as though Scotland had dealt with the initial danger, but the ball broke to Tiki Yamza. A low effort, and you're probably looking at the goalkeeper and asking, could Lee Gibson have done better here?
I think the fact that it does come from distance, I think on that surface the ball is travelling faster. But the fact that Lee Gibson does get over, I'm sure she'll be disappointed that she wasn't able to keep that out. You can see she manages to move her feet quickly, but I think just the skip on the surface is taking it away from her. And that's disappointing because we have talked already about how we've been defending well, and just that one moment of allowing them to get a shot off has caused us to lose a goal.
Níl the last game agus the tool kutrumach is on piku yamsa here tool here gan Níl agus pina should the shin get bleachy hachras the chor gan games ach begin is leach sleet from it here late ha Níl it ash as the game agus a lot of chili gash Gavichiano with the Mava to Gianna Ronishet. Very still. Kuika. Kwartla, Kirich, Kukidan as Ashkara. Go Engman, the Dawn is on a hookup. Yamsa, Fiachan the Aina Ashikit, and this Puringi Bowlers led to Susalina. He coach Shin. Varanta, we can court this pick and a share and a skip and a skip back at the Tulch and Aina Dash. I guess in the Chamaga that layer. I guess, and it's got like fluch. And pick and a share and a for Helga Luftach, and Kuchak. Go Cuthbert. Gibson is foul. We mag in je bal first. We mag Bruine de winning kel. Hansen. Gaat daar als je jong ziet duidelijk geheet. En ik kan niet willen pas. Kumusher geljaar go Gibson. Weer. Alle keer parachies zijn in de waaltje gaan. Geen hoogte geschiers dat de show is Leeuwje. This is probably what Scotland need now, Julie, having conceded that goal. A spell of possession and getting players like Caroline Weir back on the ball. Erin Cuthbert also.
I agree, Erin Cuthbert's a player that we've not seen a great deal of so far in the game. Someone that we do rely on. But yeah, just trying to get comfortable possession of the ball and make Finland do the work is going to be a positive for us.
Cuthbert, Davidson, via Suas, Langish. Luchin Tarsinger, Haroash, get the Korpela. Hier as a box for the Cheval Lacha. Ashkilor ownership, I know the Vuxevic. Nistrom, Dash, Korpela. De Marco, Kuika, Triant en Ashinek Hoel, Sonny Newlight, Tanshik en Glosa ten Achkisten. Achterman, Gahilig, Nuintuv. Misschien op Kusroin en Manganjev. Dat is Lawan Kuika, zoals de Kraka Wilshu. Die eerste Godash. En de Jiklee echt. Jamza die is hopelijk Marco Engman. Davidson, Agus, McLaughlin, kan leuke starteren. Kerr. Dus is veel room in die zeg Fiona Brown. Hansen in de duur, waar hij door een goede dash. Die is kunnen ik toch zien. Yep, with a turtle going again. This guy in the dash for Brown. Look at the Stina. Voortjens nog. Cuthbert tegen de room. Je heen naar die Shangman. Is er aan het. Tegen de game ook al shot. Súla dáiste a dul thuada agus í seo but bh muoine bhógsa pici yamsa agus chuig Billy Gibson in cointe dáise sin sa gra ba hías iad dúsin dhéana dul a chuig bhí a bóig sa láhan ainad cúla go bhúil sin seo bhuiar a ceann nila catá Nash go Brown Hansen Jenna room gain in not agus when you cross in your position Darakic, not sure if that was a cross or an effort, a goal, Julie, but she did well to make the room for herself.
Yeah, it was a great turn taking her onto her right foot, and I think she was torn between trying to cross and look for one of her teammates or hit the target, and unfortunately she didn't pick one or the other.
She ball the chawl me on a pass kick at for a bit. I'm doing a click it on a share a caliper. Kieran Carey Dolish the Rosengard Jenna Susan and Verach Gechje. Loughlin St Davidson of the Ish Aulain Moses near a Kassan Yachen de Gol Honolina Gadish Mistrum Kumal Sul Giar at the Val Jenna Keen Kai Davidson Honolina Davidson who had a tool Kutmach of a Shina Guy Brooks a Glade Schichtel in Ashes and Glasgow City a Jedin Season. One mission can do it in a Jack and a Gamikin sit. We are in the room, you know, I guess Pedistia the Ishi, I guess an herb in Tarakach Habor, I guess Corporatoric Gajakshin Shachat in the first. Little fortuitous the way the ball broke to Caroline Weir there, Julie, but once she gets a sight and goal, she's going to try and hit the target.
Yeah, she didn't look like she was favourite to get on the ball. I think it was just the surface again. It skipped away and fell to her path, and when she's on her left foot in that position, she's always going to be looking for goal. Unfortunately, that time she didn't hit the target, but another good opportunity.
Davidson a penasachation that have had a mach a gal by the goalstick in the box must jack the bow of Luchip, she is Kedach Jack Carmish new line Tanshach the Ish. Yes, so it's got Antlacha Muringi bow line for Smach, Sachumal Estate. Gally Sochkel here Lignas Ashke Leunia Cuthbert Art Suez Gagnet Emma Watson else use the Ish picking the Verachishin von Eastrum I guess first on a Kaduch Jabal Idashik yep she the Hafata the Sam Kerr she can hold the notion of Miana Park Savenius yes Jew Imsi Nikki Doherty as we touched on earlier Julie that's an alien position for Nikki Doherty playing centre back, but she's adapted well to that role so far.
She has, she's settled down really well. A lot of the time we've been in possession of the ball and she's comfortable with the ball at her feet. I think when you've got a left-footed centre back as well, it allows you to have that balance. She can come out to the left-hand side, but she hasn't done enough for me. I think if she opens her body there, we can get the ball out to Fiona Brown. But she does offer that balance, and so far she's been aggressive. When she's been pressing the ball, she's not allowed anyone in behind, and I've been impressed with her in that position.
Yes, it is. Caroline Weir to McKean, Achai, Newland, Sochuk with the Val Watson. Here attack the Vermoevo, Kirsty Hansen's Lewis Gavelli, putting in a click at like Manchester United. Gray, I know Valbert. As Kachara greet again as Emma Watson, if he click on Man United in that Hasan, Farm and Anchor on the shin of his Watson at all, as Shuigi. Rangers Aka like well Jeff the Shachkin Begidik. Suas Fata Prachtige Suas Sophie Howardson I guess Femker neither van Kinach got a prachtige Tolgol Suas.
Another example of the back four working really well together. I think when you haven't played together very often, then you have to very quickly establish that relationship, and there they kept a high line, they stayed together, and a great opportunity to catch them offside.
Luna Jake minutes and go leun in is Biala person fine. Stech can call her the how agus to the line Masurin Gaif. Cuthbert Gaskulig Marco McLaughlin. Davidson. Ashke line is Mr. Farno line in is. Game Khatach. Shin van McLaughlin. Ach bal roat Hoshach. Ed Watson. Mr. Kain. Falavach de Khafata di Cuthbert. Fichete game eigenlijk nog te galoppen. Brown, en de Vipel line glee. General room geheen, Shaka de Koi Visto. Bowlen is, Tarsing a fat and Nicky give. I guess Jida Hapuring. The Garen Cuthbert Shin Studio. The Daraka. It was a stretch, but it was a really good ball in by Fiona Brown again, Julie.
Yeah, a brilliant ball in. She's fake to go in the inside. She manages to get it onto her left foot. And a brilliant pass, a very dangerous pass, right into the heart of the defence. And Erin Cuthbert's just, if she'd gone that split second earlier, then she would have got more connection. But a great run from her, a great opportunity. But Fiona Brown will take a bit of confidence from that because, again, we've talked about that left-back role, something that's new to her. But the fact that she's got the ability to get forward, use her left foot and put in a decent pass, hopefully she'll be able to build on that for the rest of the game.
Docherty fall off Suez Aloy nach Heniel Dinishin. Watson if in the final nach Koi Visto Shin het Hansje Gorre. Engman le big and roomy Duval. Fedi Pikiamza. Gina the cool look ach Davidson. Rash Kuchach Lena Gianna Kishit. Engman. Gina Word is gaan vokse. Chin for Dream Sophie Howard agus Machach. Die is chidach bekend te Gunart Gavunjig. On a new line. Erling. Die is alla parach meanachke. Line Rash McLaughlin Motion. Davidson. Gary Watson Galad Hashachara. Quick Stochakaal. Chansen nog gekiegeles. Waarom niet gewoon Rash gaan Jacqueline gaat het opprige gemaakt. Niet de was nasa. En is me gede gauw at the fine. Suvip. Cuthbert Ed Erling. Nistrum, Suez, Garantla, die is vader kan je bouw de Gumal sap, Distrug, Edash, go up it. Line Weir, fade the Tash heen, the Coolig, Brown. Nash go Weir, Boom ik getune dat je shot, Hansen McCunniff. Nash go Brown. Jason Haas go pergeet de kage gele is dat Kirsty Hansen is tegen een gloos het. I guess je fijn. Je gaat de fijne vallen zoals duizend in de vaart gedash. Go Brown die is je maar fijne vallen wat je is. Paul Maile Tarsing. En je zijn Istrum gastuurde gevallen le tuve kosje. McLaughlin. Prachtige voedig hier is. Watson le kar me hele gedash stoi. Cuthbert le Val Tarsing. Hansen, Wiest, Kunat Eduse, Paulic en Tarsing Korpelen, Falaf. Is Nistrum ga vraku Falaf Kusaveltje geriest. Hansen cover drup, dat je Paul Dash kassen, Paul Liesel drupse Chinestui. Is Megedig how Wamach. But once again, Julie, the danger from the Scottish point of view is all coming down this left-hand side with Fiona Brown and Kirsty Hansen.
Yeah, I was just thinking that we're getting a lot of success in this left-hand side. Fiona Brown, I think, in many moments has tried to cut inside, but she's getting more success when she's going on the outside, and Kirsty Hansen's having a really strong game as well. So you would like to see more involvement from Lauren Davidson, but we are getting a lot of success on this left-hand side at the moment.
gyda sy'n ymwys Pedro Martinez losaf fiechin di ein yn y cwicid yn y gleiwn jach y gem ysgwyl barach yn y dyfelach dras tatol si ys y lain chli swyd ele Fiona Brown yn ys y drapsa a iedd y bosiain y chosnau sy'n yn ysgysdiach yn y cwig minut yn megedig yn y le drwma ac yn yw'n y dol ach fwyliau Caramaw gyda had y tyrlain y ddash a isach gyfel alaba mwy y cwnar dy chwyle trap a gyfa dy styg yn y bwgsa. Cuthbert. Dal o gael y fwy ysdiach. I gyfel aster ma i dyr y ffad gagos y lwftall. I eisiau jyn siachat y Sam Care agos chwchyd ydych Newlang Nistram as y rad y ddys yn jelig ydych. Brown. Got Cuthbert. And this Care. Clechgi liat na path gytarsin go Rachel McLaughlin. Weir is gyda news each yn ystod ar y fwn Easter. Mae'n cael sam sŵr fydd eps yn ei gaen. Newlang. Iach yn di brag ala dy sy'n ysblystiwg Savenius. Engman dy fy mwygi. Fantla edhosach ora. Diist McLaughlin dyn yma. I guess I find Hogan a devout. Decent well as Julia as well, having picked up that yellow card. Engman's a good player, but she's marshalled her pretty well.
Yeah, it's always a danger when you pick up a yellow card so early on in the games, especially as a defender. But she's defended comfortably since then. She doesn't look to be in any danger, and it is difficult when you do lose that yellow card so early on.
Maar ik heb gewoon aan te zien dat ik het Savenius bij toch kan te wisten goed heen via de neup biegen en nu dat je daar staat via je die is gedaan je zal op het een kilometer staan staat er geworden is geen jullie staan te gauw dat je daar winnen geen hier het le daar kan Balwishalach yn giliwr astyrydd gyda'r un Hansen giliwr ys o'n fyny gydash. McLaughlin, speak o Cuthbert. Brown. Ash gydwch ydi. Ys ala patolwch y giliwr sy'n i enw agos gynsynach. Big yn ysmynyn jyn ysdi ffalaf o leiwni. Fawr sy'n cytafo Howard gyda y ffain aslish. Cuthbert gasgwylig tarsin go Hansen. Swyl y broliach sa'i ffalaf. Brown ei cwlwg mae gêm si. Hansen agos wir. Iach yn di. Fosgol gain iddo the folks of wir Kiri Fwylian Ash for Cuthbert at least the ancient Gala Kilior as a rad. And as we approach the half-time whistle, Julie, Pedro Martinez Losa will be very happy with what he's seen in the main here in this first half.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's been a really strong half for Scotland. I think we've been on top. We've really looked like we're going to give anything away at the back.
Jo Coromela guy, I guess Hansen, I guess I get the Boshain Chosney. It's just indicative of the way Scotland have played. They've broken up finish attacks and looked really dangerous on the counter.
Yeah, we certainly have. I think defended extremely well and been able to win the ball back. When we have won the ball back, we've tried to commit numbers forward. We've created up many opportunities, and I think on the whole it's been a really strong performance for Scotland.
Care stochel is je Gorum Megiddo geen Giedley. Die winnach de goede varach gyda chluchio mar ha. Cuthbert Tune dags de volkse. Idash go McLaughlin, Boaster, I guess Hataruki the shin. Bullock Maravai Kiri, she's capable of doing that. Just didn't connect with that the way she wanted to.
Yeah, we've seen her hit the back of the net from those types of positions for club. She does well to get up and support, finds herself in a bit of space, and it's just the execution of the shot. She doesn't quite catch it as well as she would have liked. But another opportunity for us to another shot on goal and another positive to take from the half so far.
McLaughlin, the Cheval Suas, go Emma Watson, a Chanicha, the Shane, and Torchichiat late, go count, I guess Emma Watson, late, Un, Yenatur, I guess Caroline Weir, they should do a Leila, I guess Pedro Martinez, Lossa, Edigoy, Lish, Skip Aikison, Hatel Yet, and Yorstanach, who the Newling, Helen Hallap, who the Newling of Ashley Shatul of a Shinva Piki Yamza. At the Moya Boxer, and speak Lee Gibson account of that station to crack a foot to give Jenna Bear a Halan smack of the Viek Alapa in the game to hear it late. I guess Kirsty Hansen in the sleeve yet in this look at down the Bear with that Galapa as a heat lation. The general sleeve estate is on Castan Hurach the Gosh, Miss Chickata Macadish, this Fiachin the game serving Kashaw and the Tampere. Clay Unia, she Alapa, Aha, Idhoshach, Iga Kinyoni, and deservedly 2-1 lead. It could have been more, and they'll be disappointed to have conceded that goal.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. I think we thoroughly deserved to be 2 goals up. I don't think we deserved to concede. I think it was just that moment of the ball drops really kindly to her. She hits it extremely sweet. It skites off the surface. Lee Gibson possibly be disappointed that she'd managed to get her feet across but still hadn't managed to get anything on the shot. But a really positive first half. There was question marks over some of the positions that players were playing, but I think those players have stepped up and really proved that they're quite flexible. Emma Watson, a player playing as a number 9, I think she's been really strong. She's got that goal, which has obviously helped her confidence. And the back 4, I think, have been pretty solid. So lots of positives. I'm sure there'll be quite a few things that they'll go over at half-time, but I think in general terms, I think it's been a really strong half for Scotland.
Yeah, she has scored a shinka couldn't have father here Gleonia, Newland Yehun, a lot of guy and a tail of Chin for Caroline Weir. I guess Emma Watson, I guess she has coined the dash, the Kuchishar, Yenna Hiet Lea Shin, I guess Caroline Weir, the Hiet of game, I get her to skip a mach, I guess well, Sanaiki Shiva, a Hiet Chorum, I guess a Hiet tail the shot, and Julie, this was down largely to the persistence of Kirsty Hansen, who took a knock, and then Emma Watson, who laid it back nicely for Caroline Weir, who finished exquisitely. Yeah,
really tenacious play from Kirsty Hansen. She manages to get herself into a good position. She's really aggressive in her play, ensures that we win the ball back. You can see it's a bit of teamwork here, but then when she gets the ball, she finds Emma Watson a lovely turn, and then the composure just to slip it into the path of Caroline Weir, who does really well to keep it under control. She's under pressure, that's not an easy finish, and she just finds space between the goalkeeper's legs, and at that moment we thoroughly deserved to be a goal up.
There was chances for Finland at that stage as well. They were obviously looking to get back in level terms quickly, Julian. This was a bit of a half chance and they didn't quite capitalise on it.
I think we had defended really well. I think if you are restricting them to shots from range, then you're going to be happy with that. I don't think that shot was ever going to bother Lee Gibson in the Scotland goal, and I think at that moment in time we were pretty sound defensively.
And then the second goal for Scotland, and again it's Kirsty Hansen picking their pockets, the loose ball, and the rest is all about the quality of Emma Watson.
Yeah, I think initially it's really good positioning, it's good defending, or working as a group. Kirsty Hansen obviously finds herself in a great position just to steal the ball and drives forward, but Emma Watson...
As a striker, you'll appreciate that. You never believe she's just playing her 4th cap for Scotland. The way she controls it, turns it, and then hits that exquisite shot.
For someone so young to be playing with that much confidence in a role where she's maybe not as familiar with, but when the ball comes into it, it's a great turn and finish.
And this is the one thing that kind of blots the copybook of the first half. Just maybe slightly fortunate the way that ball broke for Puki Yamsa, but she took full advantage, got it on target, and Lee will be thinking, having got across, she should have done better there.
Yeah, I think it's barely a half chance. It just drops so kindly for them, and she hits it extremely well. To be fair, but I'm sure Lee Alexander will be disappointed. Especially she's been really important to the team in terms of their build-up play. She's been helping the back four. She's been someone that they've been able to pull in and play the ball through, and a real support. So it's disappointing for her, but this opportunity, Fiona Brown here does extremely well on her left foot. She just dinks into such a dangerous area, and a player like Erin Cuthbert, if she just had that extra yard, I'm quite sure she would have hit the back of the net.
Wel, chwn sy'n gys gan y clicid yn y galap y Kirsty Hansen agus Sophie Howard yn y ffyr fas y chiad le. A sy'n dweud brin dwi ron y game set agus at y gyn sy'n gyn mae gyn yn carriage yn bas y skip yn asianta.
Lisa Evans for me.
Yeah, her or Mitch.
Aye, them together
Them
actually.
together, a great
Aye.
act together, yeah. There's a few of them.
Oh, do you know what?
I'm
I
definitely
think
not up there.
Eartha's really intelligent.
No.
But no, she
No,
is. I think she's very, very intelligent, but she's not streetwise.
Yeah. Or Corsi.
Aye, Corsi.
Let's just say Corsi. Captain Corsi. Caroline.
Caroline.
Got to be Caroline.
I think Brogan's very skillful as well. She just sometimes lacks the confidence to pull it off.
Yeah.
Aye, but
So
let's
one
give
of
it
them.
Caroline.
Yeah.
Erin.
Yeah. Caroline. Erin and Caroline.
It's hard because we don't really often see one another
we're
in
always
casual
in
clothes.
kit.
But I think Eartha's up there.
Yeah, bless her. With her.
It's very random.
Yeah.
Just
We're so kind. Nothing wrong with it. She pulls it off. I wouldn't.
Lee Gibson.
Yeah.
She's always got the tunes.
I love her tunes.
Aye.
It really suits the mood.
Aye, it's good, eh?
Yeah.
Do you know who it is? Martha, because she scores like the hardest goals.
Yeah, she does
and then
actually.
the sitters.
Yeah.
If we take the whole players pool, it'd be Abby Harrison.
Oh,
From
yeah.
the people that are here this camp,
Yeah.
it'd be Nick and Erin.
Oh yeah, put them
Right?
together. Yeah.
It'd always be two people.
Yeah, it would.
Abby
They
would
would
be
go.
going by herself.
Yeah.
Nick would be looking for someone to go up with her. I'm saying Nick plus one.
Okay, Nick plus one.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be back with the group. I think we all enjoyed some downtime, but we were all ready to come back and put some work in again. We've got some big months ahead and we know that that's a big challenge, but we're ready to prepare for that.
Whoever comes in, we just feel so welcome. Like the young ones coming in, we just welcome them up and then we just let them be free on the pitch, integrate them straight away and just tell them to just be you, get on the ball, show us what you're about and try to stay in the team. And I think that's what's good about our team. We're all hard workers and we all stick together.
We knew that we were capable of qualifying. We had the ability and also winners in the team that I think we should have qualified, but we just underperformed in the sense of we lost the game against the Republic of Ireland. But yeah, definitely missing out, knowing that we could have been there, makes you want it even more.
We want to be at every competition, every play on the biggest stage ever. That's obviously our biggest goal. So yeah, well, it'll spur us on, make us even hungrier, work hard, and yeah, hopefully we'll get back there.
I think this upcoming World Cup is going to be the biggest yet, the most competitive yet. To see how quickly the game has grown is incredible. I think we just need to make sure that we can maintain this growth.
Yeah, there's obviously so many more opportunities for women's footballers, some that we didn't have when we were younger, so it's just great to see that. But yeah, like Sophie said, we just need to continue helping the growth and just remember where we came from and just keep working hard and pushing for more. I think our goals are obviously to do well in the upcoming Nations League. Obviously tough opposition, but we want to show that we should be at these big tournaments.
I think we're pretty aware that that's a big challenge with the opposition that we've been drawn. But we're looking forward to it. No game will ever be easy, and you want to compete with the best and want an opportunity to do so. Yeah, very much looking forward to it. Obviously, we were aware of their quality. They won the Euros for a reason. But by no means are we scared. We respect England as a nation, as a team. By no means do we second guess ourselves though. We will put the hard work in and then go in with confidence.
I don't think any game's friendly, to be honest. You want to win them all. No matter who it is, we want to win them all, score lots of goals and obviously play well for our fans, for the team, and just put on a big performance, and that'll help us build for what's to come.
Agus y Premier League na nasion tyn se fyr fwy yn y fas y hawn dy galata mae'r chysio fy sy'n gemich yn môra yn o'i sasing y filig agus yn olange agus wel as na dŵ hwn mae'r chwnnw sy'n ag pat gyda'n sydd jydd eich hechgain agus tri tyl carafanish sŵl o'r jydash yn y tyl fy sy'n yn o'i eiding y tŵr.
Space opens up, wide to Hansen. Can she get a shot away? Kirsty Hansen goes to the byline. Weir's in the middle. Thomas blocked by Erin Cuthbert in the end, I think.
Great cutback in, and I think it was that Caroline Weir to Emma Watson to Erin Cuthbert that clears off the line.
Scotland just pinning Northern Ireland back here, not letting them get out, and Weir comes away with the ball, finds Watson. There is Cuthbert again, gets the shot off, and it's dribbled into the back of the net.
Northern Ireland a bit slack, not picking up the bodies. Good passing by Watson. You have to say the goalkeeper should get that. She's not got her body down quick enough, and it's probably too easy of a shot to go in.
Weir. It's deflected, and it's into the back of the net again. Well, Sam Kerr emerges with a broad smile on her face.
Great in-swinging corner there, and I'm not sure Sam Kerr scored this. Let's have a look. Did she? She's claiming it. I claim it.
Hansen, who's terrorised the Northern Ireland defence. Great ball, it's flipped the post and it's hindered up in the back of the net. Martha Thomas sheepishly has a look at her teammates.
Kirsty Hansen's been sensational out there on the left-hand side. When she's got that ball, she's put in nothing but quality. And we look at this, and that's why there's a smile, because I don't know, she was there, she was in the right position. You got to be there to score the goals.
Here comes Hamilton. This goes for goal, and Gibson was stretching, and it's clattered off the bar. Still alive, Hamilton. Here's Wade at the back post. Andrews will get the shot away. Brilliant block from Erin Cuthbert. And there's the full-time whistle. In the end, a routine victory for Scotland. It's finished here at Dens Park. Scotland 3, Northern Ireland 0.
Dwy chort al y sy'n ac pac i dens jydig hechgyn ys. Fyr yr ac y bygalaf y tocal y sy'n sicrly Julie Fleeting sy'n chlycyd ar all for them. I'm just saying there, Julie, it was the aim, I guess, on Friday was to win the game with a couple of goals. The challenge in this one was to take that forward, to develop and build in that momentum, and I think it's fair to say in the first half Scotland have done that.
Yeah, I think we're on a good run at the moment, an unbeaten run. This would be 6 games if we manage to get a positive result. So I think the team's in a good place at the moment. Certainly when you've got a double header, you want to really try and get the most out of both games. 2 really different fixtures, as was said before. But there's been quite a few players used in the 2 games, and it's great to see that we've got a strong squad.
Agus sé Jiffer gyfel at y Chyn y ffalach gwaanchach yn ma tamperi agus y ffain tŵl agus sy'n o lacsio fawn sydd da immert mae gedig is on cwchben y crynio agus na Euros agus bisio na fysniach fawr gafod lystiach gyda gemichin ligen yn nasion yn sy'n y chwnnw sy'n ddech chi garsta tonsach ydych chi gem yn ei sasing a chadras da dar a le gytonsach chi reach the Giannu sy'n New Links na dyn sy'n gala fain gem yd asgadol Archie Achgeson, Una Savenius. Look at the York, a harsh game with the Torchier. I guess Isha Tuchim and a Bingi son of Horgan again. Piku Yamza, who had a new Laka could ball Kunat, the Hastegan of Oxa. I guess Caroline Weir, a nod, Gaskipelchis, Gascoop, a Gamach, got 2 veil in the pathkit. Hansen, geven ze bal de glutje de laarach Nieuwlinka einde dash. Nystrom. I guess Jich kunnen vader boekt dan Jerak, maar je kan lentel als de wereld. Stuart Mitchell is Leanne krijgt in de shin candidate. Nystrom, krijgen doortje mag van een goal, gaan een Nieuwlink. Davidson not quite got into the game the way she had wanted, I would imagine, Lauren Davidson thus far. Shot caught him, stoch again at Nieuwlink, Gael Nela, Antla, Edash, agus an Earp, a China State, agus Cullinan, Hannig van de Bengi, substitute almost getting a strike on target there.
Yeah, I think we dropped off, and as a midfield weren't able to get back. It was a good run, and then she's able to pull it back. Far too much room in the box there, but we did eventually manage to get a block on it.
Ik dacht het is een maar die is je kastig voor de Sarab. Bal art de chin tarsing. Is die is geen teentje goed. Is shin lecher knottig puika mswingen. Look at the van. There was a player there on her own, and that's maybe just a wee warning sign for Scotland from a set piece.
Yeah, I think so. I think you work so hard in training just to make sure that you're covered in set plays and that everyone knows where they should be. But once you get on the pitch, there can just be those differences in lapse in concentration, or there's possibly been a sub which has confused things. So it's just about trying to remain switched on and organised. Lee Gibson does a good job of trying to control that from the goalkeeping position. But yeah, I think for Finland, they've come out strong. They're desperate to get back into the game as early as possible. And at the moment, they're certainly on top. So we need Scotland to try and settle into the game again.
Sam Kertje gevechten de keer met game hoek al pikken en shin maar Suringi. Het me gede wist hier dat het je zie dat is 4 gehoord geen jongen hier in de moed. Geven dus daar op veel lines fijne dash komen. Nystrom. Nasko Kaspela. Skipper Achgeson. Banjir Keriche tenis. Gazel de zegje en de Jeffrey Goegeman. Die Duursen Lee Kutcher. Dus skippen in Gagun naar vader Geek bij de screen. Williamsa de Drule Dash in een nieuw lijn. Haast de Fatk. Hij is de nieuw naar Gershon Cullen en Chine de Son. Una Savenius. Klik het daarna in de Vengi. We visto. Is gezongen dat je summen in Gute Gine, dat is Jeffrey Jonagaiv haast. Franzi Kutjachs. Shachkaret Shellstrom. Met de vier en dus Caramel Cruche, Coivisto, Garrigus Stefan, Line Viesh. Watson Junama, Yadi Hitchich Taring of the Cool, Section of Huchum, Farrelly in Gian. Coivisto van de most de slechts game, Nieuwsischen wie Karsten die is, ze woksen. Skip een halappe, maar waar je chiddige geetlei. Doherty. Hij is teruggehouden, de raasje erop zit. Hij is voorstel nog gedoe dat Asseltjes in. Kirsty Hansen en wel nog een isje pier. Kerr, she is line clean. Pluika, Natalia Pluika, laatst het Gilioris van Tune dat gevallen bloepen. Doherty, die is Rashko Gibson. Definitely more of an urgency about Finland in the opening stages of this second half, Julie.
There's been a bit of a difference in their play. I think they're defending a lot more as Scotland did. They're on the front foot, they're trying to work together as a team. And it's difficult for Scotland to settle into the game when they're on the ball. They've not got a great deal of time. As you can see, Erin getting pressed there, but you just have that feeling that we haven't quite settled into the game. We haven't come out in the second half in the way in which we started the first half. And that's a bit of a concern, because if we lose a goal and Finland being on the front foot, then it's not going to be it's going to be difficult for us to try and pick up again.
Die is middag gedaan voor Sophie Howard dat je wil zeggen dat die is een nieuw lijn. Dus gaat een kutje met pieren. Engeland, inmiddels zoals al ingeleid. Hij is half Chimikel. Jamza het coole Lauren Davidson. Het Haring Collars, dat is een beetje goed voor alleen het Gianna Gallapa. Bij Marco Salaranta, Torretje Giglior, le Maraske Pakis en het Tonge Gesadarele. Karl Hadeswane Signal. Stamer is Gai. Stevie gaat geworden, je fijn gekocht binnen krinje. But Kasten Falla bij Bergesa. Het is Karen Boaster. Rantala is Karen toch is a cliche option. But again, it's little self-inflicted unforced errors that are putting the pressure back on that Scottish backline.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic of Erin Cuthbert. She's usually a very clever player. That's a position where it's not on to try and dribble with the ball. She's got players round about her. There spare players, options for her to give the ball to, but she's obviously just keen to try and lift the team and try and drive us forward. But in that moment, it was an error. It was a poor decision. We need to move the ball a bit quicker. That's when we had success. Is when we got the ball down, we took a touch and we moved it quickly. But we haven't quite done that so far.
Je wordt ik een maallijk tasje gedaan in de helft. Natuurlijk graag meer je parke mijn dash in de game. Ze worden geen zin voor rust en ik skip hele maken is had het touch. De game continues. We met de see crush stay. Is fijn smaken de game die is. Bruin hier ik vlieg het aan China's Ashkara. Weer Gianna Shin. Deze keer dat je wil zeggen kan goed hem sepieren. I think it's noticeable, Julie, the pressing from Finland is much more intense at the start of the second period. You saw Sam Kerr there pass away, but before she even hit it, the player had read where it was going.
I think that's come as a surprise to Scotland. I think we were expecting to come out in the second half and it to be similar. We would have time on the ball, we'd have options, we'd be able to look up. It's not been the case, and the players need to very quickly adapt to that, because at the moment we're losing the ball. In moments where we should easily have kept it, we've got possession in comfortable areas, and we need to try and move the ball. It's the tempo that's far too slow for me at the moment.
Scherbo, Emma Watson, Kirsty Hansen via gemaakt de line fleet, bring je bal de goed op. Strum, dancing away in the Gian, Kuika, Coivisto.
they're the moments in the first half where Kirsty Hansen would be on the ball there. She would be pressing, she would be looking to get wide. It's just not happening in the second half. You see when the ball goes to the right back, Kirsty Hansen's a couple of yards off it, where before in the first half, we've seen her able to intercept. And it just seems like the players, they look tired, and they're not quite in the same frame of mind as they were at the start of the first half.
Yes, hier kuntjes teruggewild came of Arach and the cast and Marco Salaranto on the pathket. Dus gestapt, had de jackers voor urge. Marco begat de jessige on shift to the state as the darale. I guess Femi all up a V, Fankel how father can kinda Daratul the how a shot, no gootig. Skerkema, Tuliche Viak, the shot to the ball of Shechat. Engman, you can be fine Jimmy for the McLaughlin, Chili Gadash, Colin in. Where did he use? Just a bit of uncertainty every time the players get the ball. They're not sure what to do with it. Largely down to the pressure that they're being put under.
I think you're absolutely right. I think it is. It's the pressure. Finland are so quick. They're on the front foot. They're just so quick to close Scotland down, something that we were doing to Finland in the first half.
Shot caught him. Oh yes, well, Lee Gibson tjech. Fugu was een keer zijn check dat te tassing via Erling to moeie boxen. And yeah, Julie, they're working hard to create those chances. This is what Scotland were doing in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a great opportunity. She manages to shift the ball onto her right foot. It opens up nicely for her. And we're in trouble if she hits the target there, but yeah, they're defending really well as a team, as a group. They're not allowing Scotland to have any space. It's difficult for us to start to build and get any momentum in the game because of how hard Finland are working, and the tables have really turned in this second half.
Would you be looking to get more energy out there?
I think we need something. I think as a group we're not defending as well together as we had done. Whether that's anything to do with the energy levels or not, I'm not sure. But certainly it doesn't have the same feel. We don't look as if there's that reaction of one player goes to press, then everyone else is there with them. And again, we do have to give a bit of credit to the quality of Finland in this second half.
Juist een shoe, ik me viel niet ging of checken met Jonsje. Apparent te hier aantje gaan niet er Athene zal op. Is een rangen en ik FIFA. Gesigieerd le, gaan het zien wel op de berg. Ze daar de. Dan getune dat je die willen. En is haar goed alleen, Martha Thomas het alleen. And presumably that's with a view, Julie, just to get the ball up there to someone who will hold it, bring other players into the game.
Yeah, I think that's what Martha Thomas will offer. She's a target player. I think we'll now see Emma Watson going into a wide role. But Lauren Davison, she's had a wonderful season for Glasgow City, but it's a massive step up to come to international football. She's a tremendous player, a player that I know we'll see in a Scotland jersey for years to come. But tonight the game was played all down that left-hand side. She found it really difficult to try and settle into the game. And I think that sub was just hoping to add a bit of spark to the game and see if Scotland can start this second half from now, because we've been very poor so far.
Martha Thomas who the lichar first and gewashin chhunya ek paketens and the dingen toe. The torch good jichtel. I guess ik het kech bij genoegjeshin could the shin en nog. Yes, he's in Jiffer and Isha, son of Horgan and Darley, picking his lay the dark out. Duval of the ears to Salina, Engman, the final cool, McLaughlin, come out the shot, Erling, Christian Ashko, Engman. Je can die jarige dasje is toch beginnen pair and now by Darakic again. Engman getting in behind Rachel McLaughlin, and probably when the ball broke back to her there, she should have maybe had an effort on target.
Yeah, she gets in behind. I think as a back four, we're not quite up together. Our two centre backs have dropped off a bit deeper than our full backs, which causes us a bit of problems. But she's really composed when she gets into that area, and it's good last-ditch defending from Rachel McLaughlin to block the cross.
De Bosching, Idshina Stay. Is die shot de Gamas de Goel. Agus Natalia Kuika tegen die bal de Gronke Tarsen. Ja, Gronke je mag hij kunt replatjes Koelig Lee Gibson. Gaan je to orzuke village fast wat ik een terug met je nimpi Hachini alleen Gina Kalape. Agus een is as wel is een goede noot de rinse game leden dank al. Kan alleen het Gian echtje. McLaughlin. Keer Gina Rowan en McKenna. Thomas in een beetje direction check. Alle goede steeds. Die klikt aan hele stegen een klikje. Watson egal mag en alleen is. Ik wil weer toe keren trouw, maar geef zat ik gestjag. Watson binig Shinadash voor Kiki Yamza. Weer de Karam bouwlijn tarsing. We get de Gian as raad terug. Karamela gestjag al loop ik Chimichel. In the fast. That's a bit better. From Scotland, Julian, I guess the introduction of Martha Thomas has given them a focal point at the front, and they're now beginning to create chances again.
Yeah, I think it's certainly much better, and it's not far away from Caroline Weir. But yeah, certainly more positive. Emma Watson's had more of the ball in this right-hand side, and Martha Thomas, a different type of player. So it's a different style where they're looking to try and have that target player get us higher up the pitch, let her hold the ball up. And we certainly did need something. For me, Sam Kerr makes a difference in the last few minutes. She's brave, she wants on the ball, she's trying for us to get the ball down and play football. And initially that's how we get forward and we get support from our midfield.
So it's going to be so good for her to continue her development at a club like Bayern.
Yeah, I mean it's a big step for her, but she's a player who I've no doubt can make that jump. She's got bags of ability, and it's actually really exciting to hopefully see the development of her when she goes to such a huge club.
Sin de hén san seach gin aráin agus seo géim a géadh mas tíl na chuiche an adáis chun na clubbiche nachcha agus a bhí sé san úr fatte sin man gúirst agus bhíad na súnd go manna bear na fallagad bo Temperi leis games de vinnic dá se chuna gemicin sin na Líg na Náisiúnta. Blochan fadach cin sin na vinnic engman na díos pliste goach leis bhá dan lein tír agus doch go gabhí roiin cear gécha chuiche tarsin go i visto smakde gavi roin sin orviga ina pachonatich in roidigal tu vela manavres online na hishe vision chisach san arig in Athene ke sien Stina kan aardige shavarach kan alleen tjie al na share motion soos go weer ha Kierig Hansen alle coole lijnen. Is a liar op ik en hij haast de stries en vuil. Je gaat Kuika Chinamachlish achterop bal. Is de printe weer smach keiner. Vind ik rasch gemaakt. Ik had het toch gevaarlijk met een vlug bal. En er ruig pullig geloos vind ik goed aan een Kiri.
Right up here in Cuthbert Street, that kind of challenge. Just that, if you give her that yard where she's got the opportunity to win the ball back.
It's also the kind of challenge that can kickstart a team when you see someone do that. It gives the other players a bit of impetus as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think a challenge where they maybe shouldn't be favourite to win and they do can really lift the team, and Erin does have the ability to do that. She's a player that can create opportunities from nowhere, as she did against Northern Ireland. She's been a bit quieter than we would have liked tonight, but we'll hope to see more of her as the game goes on.
De kech bechje maar eens in de gra. Hij de vouw. En een paardjes bij dochas. De leelijn. Zo'n klachnielisch in de gorg. Maar zo'n je. En je hebt je gelijk een fast pick en een sluitige. Thomas de blues giljoor naar kassen. Puchtig zoals van een ui. Kaffa korrische. Geen man je dash getol. We klikken de deur hele is je nakast toch. Ja we hier na. Ja, duidelijk was je. Watson, ja, dat is gehaast. Keer die dash gekast in McLaughlin. Nog een jiesje gol gaan alleen een spouw ook al is de Martha Thomas een veer. Jullie dash go Watson. Ja, Drew Lewis het verweer. Agus Norsen McLaughlin zuur die is klisha bal de stuk kollig. Je dacht schachat maar gaan je. Hansen Valentine steetje goed. Wat Thomas de vier in de fijn niet je kutje. But that's much better from Scotland. Julia's well worked and the ball in was a good one, but Martha Thomas and Kirsty Hansen just couldn't get their heads on the cross.
No, they couldn't. They were just slightly off it, but you see that it's such clever play from Caroline Weir. You see she just delays her movement. She makes a really clever run, and then it's a wonderful cross into a really dangerous area. And Martha Thomas couldn't have been far away from making a connection with that.
Sinead get a new link. Siren, Unju, Suminen, Kutjach, Chien Karnapengi. Special naar Gunart. De galappen. Yes, dan kijk je dan terug. Karel Corum Palak Mushkial. Show Corum de galappen. McLaughlin. That did have the Thomas fine. And actually it's probably good defending. Corvista stood her ground well then.
It is. I mean, it's a great ball into that front area, and Martha Thomas, if she gambles a bit earlier and gets there, then it's an easier opportunity. But Kirsty Hansen, this would be a blow for Scotland. I think she's been a real shining light in the last, certainly the Northern Ireland game and again this evening. But she's had quite a few challenges, the first half and second, that she's had to endure, and she looks at the moment like she's really struggling.
Kolach wil een meisje. Kirsty Hansen, Shechat, daar is hij fijn. Kutje cool, het heul. Mag hij wel in de paardje. Maar is aardig geschinne game is Pedro Martinez lost again. Filming in een 3-jarige in de shinachkes in de jano. Maar dan kan hij zoomen in Unju. Dus kan al zo lorische gezondheidje aan de fiche. Shot Corum, Caroline Weir, Dostaye, Darakac. And just the Kusk and evolved the Eastern. Signs of tiredness now creeping into the play, but it looked on for Caroline Weir there, but Nystrom did well to read what she had in mind.
It was a brilliant passage of play. It goes up to Martha Thomas, it's knocked back, and a brilliant run from Caroline Weir from midfield. It's just that touch, it's that one touch. It's great defending from a Finland point of view, but Caroline Weir will be disappointed with that touch that she doesn't manage to set herself up for a shot.
Gaat het bij Bosch en Ketaal op het. En is weer de legaalsje van de Duval. Keer stricht. Yes. Oh, we gaan in de val af. Giddy. Koolenen. Yes. Thomas vegen die krometje hier natuurlijk. De goede visto. Paul tot tank dribblet. Aardige hele chine zijn al op het. Lisa Evans. Sinead, some Kirsty Hansen, like for like.
Certainly a wide player. I'm not sure whether they'll go with Emma Watson going over to the left-hand side or not. But Lisa Evans can quite easily slot into that wide area.
And can do a defensive shift as well if required.
She can, yeah. She's a player who probably was more comfortable as a winger, but throughout her Scotland career, she's been asked to play in a full-back position. But as I thought, she's came over to the right-hand side, and Emma Watson's gone over to the left.
Back in his 5 minutes, the goal on Tampere Maha. Agus alap ha stedhoshach. And to Lashin, the Tiki Yamza, like a new like. Like Weir as Watson when he hit late. Cymal olaf Ed Hoshach. Achternen. Tjumberg mee in de paadje. En is de eerste bij de marke Koivisto. Look at the Giannick at Liverpool. The Scottish game in Ashkatol. Davant let Tjumda leis. Koivisto norshin at Dolcolare de Blachele Nicky Doherty agus vi seo corm in the new line. Ik het dan more achas in a fruchtig suas. Jachka Jirash is Salaranta in the paadje.
Don't think we can have any complaints with the foul, but it's certainly given them an opportunity in a dangerous area to try and get numbers forward, so it's important that we stay switched on and we defend this well.
Rantala, skill na buid, en Duval, Fede Shinija, Kikureja. Ancient Gala, Kiliosa Buxet, Shachner, you look at it. Alweer Roelpigestij, is Sophie Howard de Kedi, is Jenna Kilioris on a bouwlijn, val up, Goody, Lee Gibson in de lijnen. Duika, Bo Asta, is misschien toch het terugspieren. Maybe that little phase has passed, Julie, where Finland were in the ascendancy. They've not been able to capitalise on it, and now Scotland are beginning to settle and find their own rhythm again.
Yeah, I think it would have been important for Finland to try and score when they had that advantage, when they were on top, they had more possession of the ball, they were causing us a bit of problems. But yeah, as you say, that phase has passed. But there doesn't seem to be many opportunities for either side at this moment in the game. And you're just hoping that it's Scotland that managed to take control of it before Finland do, because as the game pushes on, that one goal advantage is a really dangerous one when you go into the latter stages.
Hij heel lele hier dal op het jacht zijn de kine geschot en de tempere maar zo ringe wijn. Maar gele in een nieuw lijn Eduval, Chelig in een ploegje de neujachtje, Sani Franzi, een ploegje Real Sociedad, Chienet, en dus Rantala. So yeah, it just shows the quality that they have on the bench. They could bring on a player from Real Sociedad.
Yeah, I think at this moment in the game it's an opportunity for them to try and freshen things up in an attacking sense. For Scotland, when their back line will be starting to tire, you can see where fresh legs could really give you that advantage. But as a team, we need to stay solid. We need to make sure that we keep that relationship between the back four and the midfield. Rachel McLaughlin there just giving away that foul. She's on a yellow card, so she has to be extremely careful. The last thing we want is to play the remainder of the game with 10 players.
Kossela, tegen hier toen Jannik van de Pinky, de Glachke, agus de eerste dag, maar dat was niet raar. Ik en Jik in de Asha. Waarom maak je nieuw lijn voor hoeveel in de paadje? Nou, dat is de kistje enig kan alleen het zien. Achternen, weer Galash. De hoek al shot en Yusi, Puki Jamza, Skach. Weet je de vankje wat ik in zijn voekse naar groot korte die. Dus puchtig is Karach. Is wel later Nicky Doherty is Jamza. En weer de Geert Huilgeit. Ja, geen die is Achternen. Balwaard, dat is de eerste Sophie Howard. Janukilioris on, Fainike, it Hoshachid, Puika. When called upon, Sophie Howard has won those balls when she's had to.
Yeah, she's the type of player that we need to go and attack the ball in that area. We're not a particularly tall team. I think if you look at our back line, Nicola Doherty's not particularly tall, that's our other centre back. So Sophie Howard needs to be commanding in there. These are important moments in the game, and you want somebody to go and attack the ball.
Achternin van het Moshanje Duval. Hij is de eerste. Putting of Jelikidish. Hij is Huchjako Nistrom. Look at the Chia. that's more than a presentable half chance, Julie.
It is, yeah. It's a great ball into a really dangerous area, but in the middle, the centre of your goal, there should never be a free header. And you see, it looks like she's broke away from possibly Sam Kerr. And that should never happen. You should never have a free header in there, and that's a concern because, I mean, from a Scotland point of view, we've certainly been let off there.
And with those big games coming up against England, Belgium and Holland, those are the kind of mistakes you won't get away with.
You won't know. When you play top opposition, you'll be penalised in those moments, and you don't have a second just to switch off. And I think certainly when we're defending set plays, it's a moment where you need to make sure that you've got all 11 players who are focused and ready to do everything they possibly can to stop the other team getting an advantage.
Watson, Janamai, Dave Howell, Hakiri Yadunova said Martha Thomas, Doyle Halavai, Dalgaini Kishot, Talia Puika, Idashko Kortala. Agus Newlink sheer fuchtig initially picking his Karsten Hoer a Kadakal Guinea game on the Tampere. Fiechan define the Dash Coinlands. Look at this, Niat should get at the game past the Vinik. Alapa, Fadak at the Fiechan Hachke Humar. By these two. Staat gedirigeerd bal. Agus Caroline Weir van de dash. As a rod. In de nerve. Megedig was in. Agus Newlink. Krokig in de Doris. Die is Kostela van. Klein Chimikel in McLaughlin. Agus luchtagtje. Bel gepikt en een velkje wil lang het tune bij een fava. Mava Casola die is with Ella McLaughlin. She's just around at a drop shot at. Ja, die is chat ik eraan. Yamza. Die is chat was het cooler McLaughlin. Dawich and Tarsing. However to come along when she is. What's in the fella? Do you feel that Scotland are really just hanging on at the moment, Julie?
Yeah, they're getting a lot of success, Finland, on their left-hand side. And for me, the problem lies with the back four. Rachel McLaughlin is stepping out. She's stepping out to try and get close to the wide player, but it's leaving a massive gap between the two centre-backs and the full-back. And they're being able to exploit that. For me, I would rather Lisa Evans took care of the wide player. Let's keep Rachel McLaughlin in that back four as we get to the last 15 minutes, into the last 15 minutes of the game. Then we want her to stay connected with her back four. Let Lisa Evans go and do that work, because at the moment there's just a gap. I mean, that's a brilliant challenge from Nicola Docherty, but we should never be in that position in the first place.
Sheer vruchtig, Sophie Howard, Jelike de Shichiat Val, Puki Yamza, agus an oors an nerd. A China State was Siren, agus it all Shechat in the first. And it feels like it's only a matter of time before they get the second goal.
It does. You feel like it's the goal's coming, and you want somebody just to have that experience of put your foot on the ball. Let's try and keep possession of it. Let's work hard. Let's stay compact defensively. But at the moment, it's almost that sense of the equaliser is coming.
Australia de Vengi Gallopin, maar een van een challenge. Yes, it's true. Jennifer Max, he had far again. I hope it took some marks again. Both which are Daradi. She's channing in the 6 minutes in the gate. Sola with the ish, the pick and room. Touch McLaughlin. I had a tar in your marks in those. Gianna Shin, how tar in the and nail a tarsing a line. I shin for a bill. The Perman, Edavinoki. I said the ish on the Blasters, Lee Gibson, Jenema, Gahokal, Shechat. I guess a follow up. But again, Julie, far too much room for that effort from long distance.
Yeah, I think Fiona Brown's caught in her heels here, as she's quite easily gone past, but you're relying on Lee Gibson. I think it's a save she should make. She does well to make it, and hopefully we defend this corner better than we did the last.
De mwyn Gibson y di sŵa ddela Sophie Howard, Faye Morrisha, na pwyla sy'n y fynig. Thomas, het falla fach yn ystynnu ac yn o'i yn ysgys yn ala pachwylyd yn ydash, y Gian y dhyl sio. Agus coi visto, lys yn o'i pach sy'n chicken ydash y ddafal, do'n sy'n leich i hyn. Visto diest prachtig soos geta agus we sin fuge gan alleen Gian galoppe Colin was pick and roll weet je dat je een rasje shot pick and triple check Gibson aan zie as a boxer. Looks like maybe a muscle pull, Julie.
It does, or she's maybe using her experience just to take a bit of this thing out the game. She doesn't look like she's in too much discomfort, and if that's what she's doing, then I would say that's good play, because at this moment in time we're our backs to the goal and we're having to defend, so she's maybe just needs that time out and allow our players the opportunity to regroup, get together, maybe have a bit of a discussion about how we can see out the remainder of the game.
Jenna Pfeiffer's after Cummings. Play Yella had the Vengi. She's Shell Merck, vision for Koi Visto. Shachate Vanchatarsinga. Nothing evident from just a routine save.
Yeah, I think it could quite possibly be, and even here when you see her going for the ball, she doesn't look like she's struggling, but certainly it does look like it's possibly just a case of having a tight hamstring, but let's just be careful and get the medics on the pitch and make sure.
He has the sheen in the Faye Ashin, the Gibson, toch je pick and Klesach van Jergi Kuchach, viechen die chicken a gas, dus Karam gonna quick it down a goal, no, the two in the path, gesparach stew the bo Pedro Martinez lost a hoof, Kimar Hatto, gastew the game, it the show, Igas Lan Unia, it's the game of Vinik, is een initiative check en een 20 minuten begin XP. En we kunnen varach de goede Sadio, terwijl de Laris aan crash. Yep. Het is een schachat gedaan hier in een paardje. Rika, gaat komen naar de macht van een Gina heen. Schachat de Cuthbert, door zijn machine is gadig er een bal wat goed ga je de kagen again van de reetje de. Afrika de Newman show galig Emma Watson zich. Hoe tarsi men gunje we could pick and te galeren. Viste ka him dat Chemical Noshing is je bij Dasha. Bal ka hokal tra. Agus goody Lee Gibson e line agus Vies which McLaughlin in the mat. Is bal kagen get dol le up it. They badly need now Scotland, Julie, is just someone to put a foot in the ball and take the sting out of the game.
We do, and this is when you need your midfielders just to try and get on the ball, try and make sure that we've got our wide players who want to try and get on it as well and get them forward, because at the moment the back four are under a lot of pressure, and Lee Gibson kicking the ball, it just feels like every time we kick the ball forward it just comes straight back to us, so we desperately need someone to put their foot on the ball, for Scotland to be in possession, to be composed, be brave, want on the ball, because with the remainder last 7 or so minutes, it's a long time to be defending.
I show Gerard goed te wel Kiri wie de bal, Caroline Weir, goed gesoos de line. Tegen die eind Fashke Martha Thomas, we zijn karm te galoppen. Toektig soos, is geen soos maar Watson kata, en wat je dash de game like. Kostela. Nystrom, sy'n ymach fan y chwyl. Yn fi wbrachych. Pasyn y lein y Fransi. I pasau yn eich gyda. Nystrom, do iech yn y fies. Sian Enachin, de Gunyava Shakadaka, Kapuchi Luni for the Savita, the Shishinik did again. Afternoon, Tarsenko, Puika. Last fight, Nakanuma. Looking the Shadara Tail, Lashoine. Kerashini, Kastamach, could start to the fashion try. Mr. Fiachin. Sian Skilton i Casola, fine stay, Savali ma. Lee Gibson kafuchtige fallagas gepunt go vista. Fine ikke. Se die Shadhul Kalapa. Boen. Achtie gevatte keta, bouw Chili gedasje stay achterin. Is Femi Lisa Evans fine ikke shot, Nietzsche the Shane you. Yeah, just when she was called upon to produce a save, Lee Gibson possibly ensures all 3 points. A long way to go yet, but this was a top class save.
It was a great save. She anticipates that she's going to go into that corner. You can see here we're all over the place, positionally the back four, but it's a brilliant save. She stands up really well. She guesses the right way. You can see she's already going, and it keeps her team in the game.
Archie and Anna Max again. It's another bit. Jamie Lee Napier coming me a chin the shin. And Watson, yeah. Yeah, also what impressed me about that save as well, Christian McLean also coming on. Just not only the save, Julie, but to push it away from Koivista, who was looking for a tap-in, to make sure she couldn't get it.
Absolutely. The sign of a good goalkeeper. She's not only thinking about the save, but she's thinking about that next step. And to push the ball away from danger just adds to the fact that not only is it in when your team are under pressure and they really need your goalkeeper to step up, but she ensures that there's not going to be a follow-up shot as well. So Lee Gibson doing exactly as she's required to do, and a great save.
Aardig was sin Gunnarsson net Jamie Lee Napier tres keipbaikische agus Kirsten Gile who the heat last baikische gan skippermation te kapiteins fine minute in the game so could McLaughlin could ball trying to weir Thomas who is calling the this guy if they push out for a loose skill and you chimical Tuika, but at this stage of the game, Julie, you'll take that, keep the game at the other end of the park.
Exactly, it buys us more time, but what a brilliant interception from Rachel McLaughlin, a player who's on a yellow card. Her timing has to be perfect, she does just that, and you've got that energy from Caroline Weir, always looking to try and get in behind, and it does kill a few more seconds anyway.
Great kind to Senegal good at Chacharotia. Then John of Willamach will Fashker and Ish. Playing the direction of Rangin. All the chin tossing. Kick ein follow up. Ashko Weir. All art the chin tossing. And Sadish. Week guy follow up. Dara Urt. China State. Savalu. I guess. De Machas on the Bosch and Yellow short at all per Kiri, so the Kia Lignas Ashka, the Lanunia, Pedro Martinez Lossa, the Goy, Lishin, the latter the spin again as a minute and begin the Gasson game, Horsko, Kelmer and Packet.
The best form of defending is to attack, so the more we keep the ball up here, then the less opportunity they're going to have.
Kalshotushja, Machir Shachat. I guess the tune the vowel was Jamie Lee Napier. Be a first touch and
well, she was involved a second ago as well. She had composure to take the ball down, and she's really settled into the game. It was a great opportunity, just a wee half chance.
She's going to take a shell now. Look at that ball, it's tossing. And he's famous Nicky Doherty. Hi Nicky, and Osha in the ancient Gala batching a stay. The other folks it
shows you how quickly we can go from attacking to defending. Yep, we had barely even finished discussing the last opportunity and the ball was in our box.
Casola, tar trippeltje over van de kiesje van de pinky. Harsing, de paardje. Drop zich en heel Howard de fijne Casola, kijk jaren gedaan, shuis! Fancy Tarsing again for Rachel McLaughlin. Wow.
That's a scary moment. I think probably the weather has played a small part in that, but I think that hopefully that sums up the fact that luck is on her side. As it comes over, it just hits off her shin, and she doesn't know an awful lot about it, but
we kunnen natuurlijk gevallen haast. En is de drupse Martha Thomas een fijn suur in het kindje geeft. Sam sattige ster. En ze winnen het vergeet ik. Je vergeet het jaren we de nieuwe waardig te bezalen. Goed de kindje gebied nieuw wijn. Terug de gekruis de suring gaat. Ze moeten ja daar ja dat een fijne dash kunnen en ze pushke gile dorstige diest. Maar waar elle stay. But te fijn goed te kennen. Evans. Goed je fijn suur geeft is me geeft. Weer kaskuile gemaakt voor Jamie Napier. En keer hier een shotje geweldig aan Machine. Ze gaan maar hoe is het zijn. Maar Surinje, ze neemt weer het Ligiano. En het staat er gesteld aan.
It's what you want from your winger now at this stage in the game. Just take the ball for a run, get us something higher up the pitch, and we can take the sting out of it. Try and kill a few more seconds. And no rush. Fiona Brown's in no rush to get the ball back in play.
Goed, minutje te goeie warrig. Maar natuurlijk een stok op de shin. Ja, toch de gauw geen anders van die Gibson hier waar Kreske Jeko. Gewoon de dash. En dan krijg je de Gina Genistrum. Gelukkig je toek zo is en is geen nieuw man. Dat moet hier vallen. 18. Hij visto naast de 5 keer Duval. Duval with coole gelooien. Ik keer hier doen was voor Casola. Agus Evans Genoma. And that's what I was referring to earlier, Julie, that she can do that job, Lisa Evans, just coming back and helping Rachel McLaughlin.
Yeah, and she also has that bit of experience as well. She knows that it's important in this time in the game to support your back four. She's had a wonderful career already, Lisa Evans, and been a really important player in a Scotland jersey. So to have her on the pitch at this stage when we're trying to see out the game will be a real advantage to Scotland.
Cuthbert. Fiona Brown, dat als we slijf vlieg. Zien we voor Corvisto. Is wel paring het asje shin. En Cuthbert is because we yellow shot. Again, she's just saying what else could it do?
I think she knew exactly what she was going to do. We were short in defenders. Fiona Brown had been caught up the pitch, and I think she knew that she had to make sure that the play was stopped.
Really difficult conditions now, Julie. Any mistake at this late stage could be catastrophic.
Yeah, and we've seen that can happen when the ball comes off Rachel McLaughlin. We got away with that one. It really hasn't let up all match.
Haast geen dat de bal een follow-up door Sophie Howard die het bal vallen de count maar de gaat de follow-up zo is vastgelegd slie. Maar er staat binnen een kooi minutje te groene varke chance te follow-up bal waardelen de hoek uit oordelen Sophie Howard heeft een 4 van Phoenix signeer is Karmasho Thomas Blische Chanel koppelen Chinemacht en Kien naar Hangi Gorm Golden Sashkara Nistrum. Als die is Brown. Shin en Asher het kan je visto.
Brilliant defending from Fiona Brown, just keeping her eye on the ball.
Cuthbert, je fijn spinnig uit. Je kan hij de kloei echt een Joshin. Hij chillig alleen de schech en een zien Shin is zich gevoeld Shin een Jeffrey en ooit er wie valable wie Phoenix wie valable. Die Koeman, ik zie een heetje, bal water die is, je zo delen, Gibson, Chinemaach, Farrelly in de pik aan ze, wordt een toechtje, de PL5 geboot, Koske Gulletjik. Yeah, she'll look back at the goal conceded, Julie, but we'll also look back at that save, and it could turn out to be the vital save.
Yeah, I think she's had a really strong game. I think, of course, that goal, she might look at herself and think that she should have got a hand to it, but I think when you look at all the other moments when she's been really important to the squad, then you can say that she's had a strong game. She could be required for the last minute or so as well. So
yn y cwtio yn y shot agos Gibson tolich y bawl yn y gael amach stylig yn y achos caprwynta Franzi ffain icio. And if they get it away from here with the victory, Julie, it's another step. It's another step in the progression that Pedro Martinez losses has been doing, and it sets them in good fettle for those big games coming up in the autumn.
It does, in really important minutes to players who are going to be essential when we're getting into the next campaign. I think we've seen players playing in different positions. I think first half certainly is massive positives to take out of that. Second half, I think we can learn a lot from as well. It hasn't been our best performance, but we've come up against a really strong team in the second half. So that it's certainly been a really valuable camp, both the Northern Ireland game and the game against Finland this evening.
Gennych yn mysio mahawg a brynig agos gysorg sy'n does a ha cwtioch chi spirit o lwyb yn glwchyd yn gymor. As hi sy'n ei ddifaw. Chwlyd ni chymig i leifaw agos a game iddo hors gycawn. Sy'n ha siachat ha alapa eith brynig i gael cyhyn an y tamperi yn nwy sgypa ac yr odylid ys yn môr ac yn a nwy. As na blian cyn mageddi. And Julie, there was a lot of talk about payback given those 2 Euro qualifiers that went narrowly against Scotland. This will go some way to making up for that.
Yeah, I think probably getting into this game, the players would all have had those games in the back of their head. I think there was moments in the games where we were the better team and felt that we should have, the result should have been different, but I mean, tonight it was a really strong first half performance by Scotland and a strong second half performance.
Yeah, speaking of that, Julie, let's look back at those key moments from the first half, and I suppose that was the difference in the game. When Scotland had the pressure, they converted the chances when they came along, but this was really about the hard work in the corner to win the ball back, and great work between Kirsty Hansen and Emma Watson.
Yeah, I mean, Fiona Brown involved there, really tenacious of her, and Emma Watson. I mean, such a young player, a wonderful pass. And then Caroline Muir to mark off her 100 cap to score is a really special moment for her.
Strain in the Hoshach, agus Norsen Tool na Bear Bullock. This was probably even better, just the technique that was shown. Kirsty Hansen winning the ball, but it's all about what Emma Watson does after this. Yeah,
you can see as Kirsty Hansen's driving forward, Emma Watson knows that she's got a bit of space in front of her. She's pointing to where she wants the ball. It's slightly behind her, but that almost sets her up. It's a great turn. You see here, it's behind her, maybe not where she wanted it, but turning shot's absolutely sensational.
And the one disappointment of the night, this hit and hope from Piku Yamsa from distance.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that it just drops to her very kindly, and it's a great strike to be fair, but Lee Alexander does manage to get across, but doesn't quite manage to get her hand to it. But certainly at that moment in time, that was against the run of play.
Agus diolch Coram Masala sy'n siarad yn y ffadach a gyfel camanach gach yn y tîn grif y sio BBC Alapus yn siach yn ar ôl. I'r chwrs yn gyrnach cwchba chamanach, cawn wach sile yn o'i, cawn y ywys i chwys o'r sy'n tysarnia, bwch y lag yn y ffwnstil a cead wydden, agus nôrs yn y dara i'r chwrs gyrnach, lofa yn o'i camanach yn oban, dara la chiag yn y lwnas lydiish a cead wydden fisga. Ach sio, aan de tamperi, eich chwtsamach, de skipper en halapa had de game 7 ga gehoon.